Hi guys, I'm Matt. Today I'm going to read Jeremiah 29 to 34, Proverbs 6, and Psalm 41. Let's get started. These are the words of the letter that Jeremiah the prophet sent from Jerusalem to the surviving elders of the exiles, and to the priests, the prophets, and all the people whom Nebuchadnezzar had taken into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon. This was after King Jeconiah and the Queen Mother, the Anatchers, the officials of Judah and Jerusalem, the craftsmen and the metal workers had departed from Jerusalem. The letter was sent by the hand of Elisha, the son of Shaphan, and Gemariah, the son of Hilkiah, whom Zedekiah king of Judah sent to Babylon to Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon. He said, "Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, to all the exiles whom I have sent into exile from Jerusalem to Babylon, build houses and live in them, plant gardens and eat their produce, and take wives and have sons and daughters. Take wives for your sons, and give your daughters in marriage, that they may bear sons and daughters. Multiply there and do not decrease, but seek the welfare of the city where I have sent you into exile, and pray to the Lord on its behalf, for in its welfare you will find your welfare. For thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, do not let your prophets and your diviners who are among you deceive, and do not listen to the dreams that they dream. It is a lie that they are prophesying to you in my name. I did not send them, declares the Lord. For thus says the Lord, when 70 years are completed for battle, I will visit you, and I will fulfill to you my promise and bring you back to this place. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare, not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. And you'll call on me and come to and pray for me, and I will hear you. You'll seek me and find me, and when you seek me with all your heart, I will be found by you, declares the Lord. And I'll restore you your fortunes and gather you from all the nations and all the places where I have driven you, declares the Lord. And I'll bring you back to the place from which I sent you into exile. Because you said, the Lord has raised the prophets for us in Babylon. Thus says the Lord concerning the king who sits on the throne of David, and concerning all the people who dwell in the sea, your kinsmen who did not go out with you into exile. And thus says the Lord hosts, I am sending you on the sword, famine, and pestilence, and I'll make them like veal figs, so rotten they cannot be eaten. I will pursue them with sword, famine, and pestilence, and will make them horrors of the kings of the earth, to be a curse, a terror, a hissing, and a reproach among all the nations whom I have driven them, because they did not pay attention to my words, declares the Lord. And I persistently sent to you by my servants the prophet, that you will not listen, declares the Lord. Hear the word of the Lord, all you exiles, whom I sent away from Jerusalem to Babylon. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, now concerning Ahab, the son of Kolaiah, and Zedekiah, the son of Manasseh, who are passing a lie to you in my name. Behold, I will deliver them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, and he shall strike them down before your eyes. Because of them this curse shall be used by all the exiles from Judah and Babylon. The Lord make you like Zedekiah and Ahab, whom the king of Babylon roasted in the fire. Because they have done an outrageous thing in Israel, they have committed adultery with their neighbor's wife, and they have spoken in my name, my words that I did not command them. I am the one who knows, and I am witness, declares the Lord. To Shemaiah of Nehelah, you shall say, Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, you sent letters in your name to all the people who are in Jerusalem, and to Zephaniah the son of Manasseh the priest, and to all the priests, saying, The Lord who made you priest instead of Jehoiada the priest, and I have charge in the house of the Lord over every madman who prophesies, to put him in the stocks and neck irons. Now why have you not rebuked Jeremiah of Anathoth, who was prophesying to you? Lord, he has sent us to us in Babylon, saying, Your exile will be long, build houses and live in them, and plant gardens and eat their produce. And Zephaniah the priest wrote this letter in the hearing of Jeremiah the prophet. And the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah, send all the exiles, saying, Thus says the Lord concerning Shemaiah of Nehelah, because Shemaiah had prophesied to you when I did not send him, and has made you trust in a lie. Therefore thus says the Lord, Behold, I'll punish Shemaiah of Nehelah and his descendants. You shall not have anyone living among this people, and you shall not see the good that I will do to my people, declares the Lord, for he has spoken rebellion against the Lord. And the word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, thus says the God of Israel, write in a book all the words that I have spoken to you. Oh, behold, days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will restore the fortunes of my people, Israel and Judah, says the Lord, and I will bring them back to the land that he gave to their father, and they shall take possession of it. These are the words that the Lord spoke concerning Israel and Judah. And thus says the Lord, we have heard a cry of panic, of terror, and no peace. Ask now and see, can a man bear a child? Why then do I see every man with his hands on his stomach like a woman in labor? Why is every face turned pale? Alas, that day is so great, there is none like it. It is a time of distress for Jacob, yet he shall be saved out of it. And it shall come to pass in that day, declares the Lord of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off your neck, and I will burst your bonds, and foreigners shall no more make a servant of him. But they shall serve the Lord their God, and David their king, whom I will raise up for them. And fear not, O Jacob, my servant, declares the Lord, nor be dismayed, O Israel, for behold, I will save you from far away, and your offspring from the land that captivity. Jacob shall return and have quiet in peace, and none shall make him afraid. And I am with you to save you, declares the Lord. And I will make a full end of all the nations among whom I scattered you. But of you I will not make a full end. I will discipline you in just measure, and I will by no means leave you unpunished. For thus says the Lord, your hurt is incurable, and your wound is grievous. There is none to uphold your cause, no medicine for your wound, no healing for you. For your lovers have forgotten you, they care nothing for you, for I have dealt you the blow of an enemy. The punishment of a merciless foe, because your guilt is great, because your sins are flagrant, and why do you cry out over your hurt? Your pain is incurable, because your guilt is great, and because your sins are flagrant. I have done all these things to you. And therefore all who devour you shall be devoured, and all your foes, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Those who plunder you shall be plundered, and all who prey on you I will make a prey. For I will restore health to you, and your wounds I will heal, declares the Lord. Because they called you outcast, it is Zion, for whom no one cares. And thus says the Lord, behold, I will restore the fortunes of the tents of Jacob, and have compassion on his dwellings. The sea shall be rebuilt on its mount, and the palace shall stand where it used to be. Out of them shall come songs of thanksgiving, and the voices of those who celebrate. I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will make them honor, and they shall not be small. Their children shall be as they were of old, and the congregation shall be established before me. And I will punish all who oppress them. Their fruit shall be one of themselves. Their rulers shall come out from their midst. I will make him draw near, and he shall approach me. For who would dare for himself to approach me, declares the Lord. Declares the Lord. And you shall be my people, and I will be your God. Behold, the storm of the Lord, wrath has gone forth, the whirling tempest. It will burst upon the head of the wicked. The fierce anger of the Lord will not turn back until he has executed and accomplished the intentions of his mind. In the latter days you'll understand this. At that time, declares the Lord, I will be the God of all the clans of Israel, and they shall be my people. Thus says the Lord, a people who survive the sword found grace in the wind, and the ever sought for rest. And the Lord appeared to him from far away. I have loved you with an everlasting love. Therefore I will continue my faithfulness to you. Again I will build you, and you shall be built. O virgin Israel, again you shall adorn yourself with tambourines, and shall go forth into dance to the merrymakers. Again you shall plant vineyards on the mountains of Samaria. The planters shall plant, and shall enjoy the fruit. And there shall be a day when watchmen will call in the hill country of Ephraim. Arise, and let us go up to Zion, to the Lord our God. For thus says the Lord, sing aloud with gladness with Jacob, and make shouts for the chief of the nations. Proclaim, give praise, and say, O Lord, save your people, the remnant of Israel. Behold, I will bring them from the north country, and gather them from the farthest parts of the earth. And among them the blind and the lame, and pregnant woman, and she who is in labor together. A great company, they shall return here. With weeping they shall come, and with pleas for mercy I will lead them back. I will make them walk by brooks of water, in a straight path in which they shall not stumble. For I am a father to Israel, and Ephraim is my firstborn. Hear the word of the Lord, O nations, and declare in the coastlands far away. Say, he who scattered Israel will gather him, and he will keep him as a shepherd keeps his flock. For the Lord has ransomed Jacob, and has redeemed him from your hands to strong front. You shall come and sing aloud on the highest high, and they shall be a radio over the goodness of the Lord, over the grain, the wine, and the oil, and over the young flock and the herd. And their life shall be like a water garden, and they shall languish no more. Then shall the young woman rejoice in that day, and the young men and the old shall be merry. I will turn their mourning into joy. I will comfort them, and give them gladness for sorrow. I will feast the soul of the priest with abundance, and my people shall be satisfied with my goodness, declares the Lord. Thus says the Lord, a voice is heard in Ramah, lamentation and bitter weeping. Rachel is weeping for her children. She refuses to be comforted for her children, because they are no more. Thus says the Lord, keep your voice from weeping and your eyes from tears. Now there is a reward for your lives, declares the Lord. And they shall come back from the land of the enemy. There is hope for your future, declares the Lord. And children shall come back to their own country. I have heard Ephraim grieving. He has disciplined me, and I was disciplined on an untrained calf. Bring me back that I may be restored. For you are the Lord my God. For after I had turned away, I relented, and after I was instructed, I struck my thigh. I was ashamed, and I was confounded, because they brought the disgrace of my youth. Is Ephraim my dear son? Is he my darling child? For as often as I speak against him, I do remember him still. Therefore my heart yearns for him. I will surely have mercy on him, declares the Lord. Set up road markers for yourself, and make yourself guideposts, and still go the highway with a road by which you went. Return, O virgin Israel, return to these your cities. How long will you waver, O faithless daughter? When the Lord has created a new thing on the earth, a woman encircles me. Thus says the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel. Once more they shall use these words in the land of Judah and in its cities, and they restore their fortunes. The Lord bless you, habitation of righteousness, a holy hill, and Judah and all its cities shall dwell there together, and the farmers and those who wander with their flock. I will satisfy the weary soul, and every languishing soul I will replenish. At this hour I awoke and looked, and my sleep was pleasant to me. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will sow the house of Israel and the house of Judah with the seed of man and the seed of beast, and it shall come to pass that I have watched over them, and to pluck up and break down, and to overthrow, destroy, and bring harm, so that I will watch over them to build them, to plant, and it declares the Lord. In those days they shall no longer say, the farmers have eaten sour grapes, and the children's teeth are set on edge. And everyone shall die for his own iniquity. Each man who eats sour grapes, his teeth shall be set on edge. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and the house of Judah, not like the covenant that I made with their fathers on the day when I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, my covenant that they broke, though I was their husband, declares the Lord. Well, this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, declares the Lord. I will put my law within them, and I will write on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And no longer shall each one teach his neighbor, and each brother his brother say, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them to the greatest, declares the Lord. I will forgive their iniquity, and I will remember their sin no more. Thus says the Lord, he who gives the sun for light by day, and the fixed order of the moon, and the star for light by night, who stirs up the seas and lands way before the Lord of hosts is name. If this fixed order departs from before me, declares the Lord, and shall ask for no Israel cease from being a nation before me forever. Thus says the Lord, if the heavens above can be measured, and the foundations of the earth below can be explored. And I will cast off all the offspring of Israel, and all that they have done, declares the Lord. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, and the city shall be rebuilt for the Lord, and the tower of Hananel to the corner gate, and the measuring line shall go out farther, straight to the hill Gareb, and it shall then turn to the goal, and the whole valley of the temple is in ashes, and all the fields as far as the brook Kidron, to the corner of the horse gate toward the east shall be sacred to the Lord, and shall not be plucked up or overthrown any more forever. Of the word that came to Jeremiah from in the 10th year to the king of Judah, which was the 18th year of the wickedness. At that time the army of the king of Babylon was besieged in Jerusalem, and Jeremiah the prophet was shut up in the court of God that was in the house of the king of Judah. Zedekiah king of Judah had imprisoned him, saying, why do you prophesy and say, thus says the Lord, and I am giving the sea into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall capture it. Zedekiah king of Judah shall not escape out of the hand of the Chaldeans, but shall surely be given into the hand of the king of Babylon, and shall speak with him, and face to face, and see him eye to eye, and he shall take Zedekiah to Babylon, and they shall remain until I visit him. Declares the Lord, though you fight against the Chaldeans, you shall not succeed. Jeremiah said, no, the word of the Lord came to me, behold, Hananiah the son of Shalom your uncle will come to you and say, my field as at Anathoth, for the right of redemption by purchase is yours. And Hananiah my cousin came to me in the court of the God, and in accordance with the word of the Lord, and said to me, buy my field that is in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, for the right of possession is and redemption is yours. Buy it for yourself. Then I knew that this was the word of the Lord. And I bought the field at Anathoth from Hananiah my cousin, and weighed out the money to it, 17 shekels of silver. I signed the deed, sealed it, got witnesses, and weighed the money on scales. And I took the sealed deed of purchase containing the terms and conditions and the open copy. And I gave the deed of purchase to Baruch the son of Neri, son of Maaseiah, in the presence of Hananiah my cousin, in the presence of the witnesses who signed the deed of purchase, and in the presence of all the Judeans who were sitting in the court of the God. I charged Baruch in their presence, saying, thus says the Lord hosts, the God of Israel, take these deeds, both the sealed deed of purchase and the serpent deed, and take them in an earthen vessel, that they may last for a long time. And thus says the Lord hosts, the God of Israel, houses and fields and vineyards shall again be bought in this land. And after I had given the deed of purchase to Baruch son of Neri, I prayed to the Lord, saying, Lord God, it is you who have made the heaven and the earth by your great power, and by your outstretched arm. Nothing is too hard for you. You show steadfast love to the thousand. Why do you repay the guilt of fathers to their children after them? O great and mighty God, whose name is the Lord of hosts, great in counsel and mighty in deed, whose eyes are open to all the ways of the children of men, rewarding each one according to his ways and according to the fruit of his deeds. You show signs and wonders in the land of Egypt, and to this day in Israel and among all mankind, and have made for yourself a name for yourself as at this day. You brought your people Israel out of the land of Egypt with signs and wonders, and the strong hand and master strong to give them a land flowing with milk and honey, and they entered and took possession of it. And they did not obey your voice or walk in your law. They did nothing of all you commanded them to do. Therefore you have made all this disaster come upon them. You know, the siege mountains have come up to the sea to take it, and because of sword and famine, sword and famine and pestilence, the sea is given into the hands of the Chaldeans who are fighting against it. What you spoke has come to pass, and behold, you see. Yet you, Lord God, have said to me, buy the field for money and get witnesses, though the sea is given into the hands of the Chaldeans. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. Behold, I am the Lord, the God of all flesh. Is anything too hard for me? Therefore, thus says the Lord, I am giving the sea into the hands of the Chaldeans, and into the hand which it is the king of Babel, and he shall capture it. The Chaldeans who are fighting against the sea shall come and set the sea on fire and burn it. The houses on whose roofs offerings have been made to bow, and drink offerings have been poured out to other gods, and to provoke me to anger. The children of Israel and the children of Judah have done nothing but evil in my sight. From their youth, the children of Israel have done nothing but provoke me to anger. By the work of their hands, declares the Lord. A sea has aroused my anger and wrath from the day it was built to this day, so that I will remove it from my sight. Because of all the evil of the children of Israel and the children of Judah, they did to provoke me to anger. Their kings and their officials, and their priests and their prophets, the men of Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem, they have turned to me their back and not their face. And though I have taught them persistently, they have not listened to receive instruction. They set up their abominations in the house of that is called by my name to fulfill. They built the high places of Baal in the valley of the son of Hinnom to offer their sons and daughters to Moloch, though I did not command them, nor did I enter into my mind that they should do this abomination, to cause Judah to sin. Therefore, thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, concerning the city of which you say, he is given into the hand of the king of Babylon by sword, by famine, and by pestilence. Behold, I will gather them from all the countries to which I drove them in my anger and my wrath and in great indignation, and I will bring them back to this place, and I will make them dwell in safety, and they shall be my people, and I will be their God, and I will give them one heart and one way, and that they may fear me forever, with their own good and the good of their children after them. I will make with them an everlasting covenant, that I will not turn away from doing good to them, and I will put the fear of me in their hearts, that they may not turn from me, and they will rejoice in doing them good, and I will plant them in this land in faithfulness, with all my heart and all my soul. Lord, thus says the Lord, just as I have brought all this great disaster upon this people, so I will bring upon them all the good that I promised them. People shall be brought in this land, which you are saying is a desolation, without man or beast. It is given into the hand of the Chaldeans. Fields shall be bought for money, and deeds shall be signed and sealed and witnessed in the land of Benjamin, in the places about Jerusalem, and in the seas of Judah, and the seas of the hill country, and the seas of the Shephelah, and in the seas of the Negev. For I will restore their fortunes, declares the Lord. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah a second time, while he was still shut up in the court of the God. Thus says the Lord who made the earth, the Lord who formed it to establish it. The Lord is his name. Call to me now and see, and I will tell you a great and hidden thing that you have not known. Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel, concerning the houses of the sea, and the houses of the kings of Judah that were torn down to make a defense against the siege bands and against the sword. They are coming in to fight against the Chaldeans and to fill them with the dead bodies of men whom I shall strike down in my anger and my wrath. I have hidden my face from the sea, is all their evil. And I will bring you to it, health and healing, and I will heal them and reveal to them abundance of prosperity and security. I will restore the fortunes of Judah and the fortunes of Israel, and rebuild them as they were at first. I will cleanse them from all the guilt of their sin against me, and I will forgive all the guilt of their sin and rebellion against me. And this city shall be to me a name of joy. Well, I praise the glory before all the nations of the earth. You shall hear of all the good that I do for them, and they shall fear and tremble because of all the good and all the prosperity that I provide for them. Thus says the Lord, in this place of which you say, it is a waste without man or beast, in the cities of Judah and the streets of Jerusalem, desolate, without man or inhabitant or beast. And there shall be heard again the voice of mirth and the voice of gladness, the voice of the bridegroom and the voice of the bride, and the voices of those who sing, and as they bring thank offerings to the house of the Lord. Give thanks to the Lord first, for the Lord is good, for his steadfast love endures forever. I will restore the fortunes of the land as at first, says the Lord. Thus says the Lord of hosts, in this place there is waste, without man or beast, and in all its cities it shall again be habitation of shepherds, resting their flocks in the seas of the hill country, in the seas of the Shephelah, and in the seas of the Negev, in the land of Benjamin, in the places about Jerusalem, and in the seas of Judah. Flocks shall again pass under the hands of the one who casts them, says the Lord. Behold, the days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will fulfill the promise I made to the house of Israel and the house of Judah. In those days and at that time, I'll cause righteous branches for nothing David, and you shall execute justice and righteousness in the land. In those days, Judah will be saved, and Jerusalem will dwell secure. And this is the name by which it will be called. The Lord is our righteousness. For thus says Thus says the Lord, David shall never lack a man to sit on the throne of the house of Israel, and the Levitical priest shall never lack a man in my presence to offer burnt offerings, to burn grain offerings, and to make sacrifices forever. The word of the Lord came to Jeremiah. Thus says the Lord, if you can break my covenant with the day of my covenant with the night, so that day and night will not come at the appointed time, then listen, my covenant with David my servant may not be broken. So then he shall not have a son to reign on his throne. Then my covenant with the Levitical priest my ministers, as the host of heaven cannot be numbered, with the sands of the sea cannot be measured. So I will multiply the offspring of David my son, and the Levitical priests who minister to me. Thus the Lord came to Jeremiah, have you not observed that these people are saying, the Lord has rejected the two clans that he chose, now that they have despised my people, so that they are no longer a nation in their sight. Thus says the Lord, if I have not established my covenant with day and night, and the fixed order of heaven and earth, then I will reject the offspring of Jacob and David my servant, and will not choose one of his offspring to rule over the offspring of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. For I will restore their fortunes and will have mercy on them. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, when Nebuchadnezzar king of Babylon and all his army and all the kingdoms of the earth under his dominion, and all the peoples were fighting against Jerusalem and all the cities. Now says the Lord, the God of Israel, go and speak to Zedekiah, the king of Judah, and say to him, thus says the Lord, behold, I am giving the sea into the hand of the king of Babylon, and he shall burn it with fire. He shall not escape from his hand, but shall surely be captured and delivered into his hand. He shall see the king of Babylon eye to eye, and speak with him face to face. And he shall go to Babylon, and hear the word of the Lord, Zedekiah king of Judah. Thus says the Lord concerning you, you shall not die by the sword, you shall die in peace. And as spices were burned for your fathers, the former kings who were before you, so people shall burn spices for you and lament for you, saying, Alas, Lord, for I have spoken the word, declares the Lord. And Jeremiah the prophet spoke all these words to Zedekiah king of Judah in Jerusalem, when the army of the king of Babylon was fighting against Jerusalem, and against all the cities of Judah that were left. The chiefs didn't ask her, for these were the only 4 or 5 cities of Judah that remained. The word that came to Jeremiah from the Lord, after King Zedekiah had made a covenant with all the people in Jerusalem, to make a proclamation of liberty to that everyone should set free his Hebrew slaves, male and female, so that no one should enslave a Jew whose brother. And they obeyed all the officials and all the people who had entered into the covenant, that everyone would set free his slave, male or female, so that they would not be enslaved again. They obeyed and set them free. But afterward they turned around and took back the male and female slaves they had set free, and brought them into subjection as slaves. Thus the Lord came to Jeremiah from the Lord. Thus says the Lord, the God of Israel. I myself made a covenant with your fathers, when I brought them out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery, saying, and at the end of 7 years, each of you must set free your fellow Hebrew who has been sold to you and has served you 6 years. You must set him free from your service, but your fathers did not listen to me or incline their ears to me. You recently repented and did more for in my eyes by proclaiming liberty, each to his neighbor, and you made a covenant before me, and I have that is called by my name. But then you turned around and profaned my name when each of you took back his male and female slaves, who you set free according to their desire, and you brought them into subjection to be your slaves. Therefore, thus says the Lord, behold, I proclaim to you liberty, to the sword, to pestilence, to famine, declares the Lord. And I will make your heart toward the kingdoms of the earth, and the men who transgress my covenant, and did not keep the terms of the covenant that they made before me. I will make them like the calf that they cut into and passed between its parts. The officials of Jerusalem, and the annexers, the priests, and all the people with the land, who passed between the parts of the calf, and I will give them into the hand of their enemies, and into the hand of those who seek their life. And their body shall be free for the birds of the air, and the beasts of the earth, and Zedekiah king of Judah and his officials, and I will give into the hand of their enemies, and into the hand of those who seek their life, into the hand of the army of the king of Babylon, which is withdrawn from me. And I will command, declares the Lord, and I will bring them back to the city, and they will fight against it, and take it, and burn it with fire. I will make the cities of Judah a desolation without inhabitant. Proverbs 6. My son, if you put up security for your neighbor, have given your pledge for a stranger, if you are snared in the words of your mouth, caught in the words of your mouth, and do, my son, save yourself, for you have come into the hand of your neighbor. And you cry, hasten and plead urgently for your neighbor. Keep your eyes no sleep, and your eyes no slumber. Yet save yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the hand of the owl. Go to the end of the slugger, consider ways and be wise, without having any chief officer. She prepares her bread in summer and gets the feeding harvest. How long will you lie there slugger? And you, when will you arise from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little falling of the hands to rest, and poverty will come upon you like a robber, and want like a dumb man. A worthless person, a weak man, goes about with crooked speech, winks with his eyes, signals with his feet, points with his finger, advises you will continually sow in discord, therefore calamity will come upon him suddenly. In a moment he'll be broken beyond healing. And the 16th that the Lord hates, the 7th eternal abomination too, and haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, heart that devises wicked plans, feet that make haste to run to you. Have also witness who breathes up lies, and one who shows discord among brothers, and the son keep your father's command. And forsake not your mother's teaching, write them on your heart always. Tie them around your neck. When you walk, they'll lead. When you lie down, they'll watch over you. And when you awake, they'll talk with you. And the commandment is the lamp, and the teaching of life. And the reproofs of discipline are the way of life. To preserve you from the evil one, from the smooth tongue of the adulteress. Do not desire beauty in your heart. No, do not let her touch you with eyelashes. And the price of a prostitute is only a loaf of bread. When a married woman hands down a precious life, and the man carry fire next to his chest and clothes not be burned, or can one walk on her clothes and feet not be scorched, so as he goes on to his neighbor's wife, and only touches her will go unpunished. People do not despise a thief if he steals, to satisfy his appetite, and he is hungry, but if he is caught, he will pay sevenfold. He will give forth good to his house, he commits adultery like sin. He does it destroy himself, he will get wounds into sun, and his disgrace will not be wiped away. A jealousy makes a man furious, and he will not spare when he takes revenge. He will separate conversation. He will refuse to multiply gifts. Psalm 41. Blessed is the one who considers the poor. In the day of trouble the Lord delivers him. The Lord protects him and keeps him alive. He is called blessed in the land. You do not give him, and he is called. You do not give him up to the will of his enemies. The Lord sustains him on a sick bed, and his illness you restore him to full health. As for me, I said, our Lord be gracious to me, heal me, for I have sinned against him. And my enemy said to me in malice, well will he die under his new curse. And when one comes to see me, he does his empty works, while his heart gathers iniquity. When he goes out, he tells it abroad. All who hate me whisper together about me, and imagine the worst one. They say a deadly thing is poured out on him, and he will not rise again from my life. You my close friend, in whom I trusted, and who in my bread has lifted his heel against me. But you, O Lord, be gracious to me, and raise me up that I may repay them. By this I know that you delight in me. My enemy will not shout and triumph over me. But you have upheld me because of my integrity, and set me in your presence forever. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, from everlasting to everlasting. Amen and amen. Now this time I should acknowledge the Lord's prayer. Please right hands are holy in heaven, and lay be your name. Your kingdom come, your ways on earth as it is in heaven. Give us today our daily bread. Forgive us the debts as yours have forgiven our debtors. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For yours is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever. Amen. See you tomorrow. Bye.